Mabuhay! Where's life in this room? Can you feel the life? Mabuhay. Feel it in your heart. In the Philippines, that's how we greet strangers. That's how we greet visitors. Mabuhay. Coming from the root word buhay, life. Or because we were colonized, we say viva. But the Filipino term is mabuhay. So all the way from the land of beauty and fun, mabuhay. Namaste. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. Dr. Alok said it's a very long title, right? Because in women's story, our life is full of challenges. Our life has twists and turns, correct? So no BS. Why no BS? No bullshit. No bullshit. I live in a country where women needs to be meek. Women needs to, okay, yeah. Right? But then I get culture shock. When I lived in Malaysia in 2016 to pursue my dreams, to know more about different cultures, people were telling me, oh, why are you fighting in front of me? Basically, they were saying, no, we're not fighting. We're just saying what's the truth. But in my culture, and look at your local culture, do we have, as a woman, do we have the courage to speak our truth? When I was about to book my flight here, I initially intended already to just do it myself. But then others offered, oh, let me arrange the flight for you. Oh, let me do this. When they sent the ticket, it cost me 2 times more. And I feel like, okay, here's my card, I'm gonna pay. So you see, basically, even though we're already saying no bullshit, but our life is still full of bullshit. So now, because I'm a marketing professional, I turn around things, right? Can you relate with the no bullshit? No bullshit. Because then I realized, with the no bullshit thing, starting when I was living in Malaysia, you just say your truth. You need to be truth tellers. Part of the habit of love is candor. You need to be candid with what is your truth. Instead of having all this pain in your heart, why I paid 2 times? Because I did not speak out. When I could have just said, you know, there's a web special. They're offering this flight for this much only. But I just said, okay, take my money. Here's my card. So again, no bullshit. One thing I realized, how can we turn around bullshit? We have to be the bull that can break the walls and take no shits. Okay? So start removing shits in your life. Right? Once you have identified that, then it's easy. Now, making history with her story. When was the last time you talked about your story? When was the last time you talked about your breakdowns? When was the last time you heard your heart breaks? Oftentimes, we talk about our strength, correct? Because our society says, talk about your strengths. Talk about what makes you powerful, what makes you someone who can lead. But don't you think your vulnerability is part of what makes you human? Don't you think, as women, our power comes from our heart, from our breakdowns, from our being vulnerable? So let me ask you again, when was the last time you had the breakdown? What did you do when you were having a breakdown? Did you feel shy about it? Did you feel like, oh no, people will laugh at me. People will think I'm weak. I used to work in the corporate where there are so many bullshits. Women, have you experienced that? Right? The way men do it. Sorry, men, but this is your breakdowns into breakthroughs. So now, if I feel like crying, I will cry. But I'm also still explaining. Right? I'm also starting to learn now how not to say sorry. When was the last time you consciously stop yourself in saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry? I have two phrases most of the time. Thank you, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Because in a culture where we need to be meek, in a culture where we need to constantly follow, women were taught that way. We also live in a culture of guessing. Guessing instead of being direct. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. But what does really okay means, right? You have to really understand what does it mean. So now, breakdowns to breakthroughs. Correct? Breakdowns to breakthroughs. So from that bullshit that made you break down, how can you turn it around and make it into a breakthroughs? My first major breakdown was when I was going through my quarter life crisis. Somehow I can relate to this 10th year anniversary because my blog, my personal journey, Soul Searching Soul, started as early as 2012. But I only made it publicly available in 2014 because for 2 years, I was so afraid. I was so afraid people will laugh at it. I was so afraid that I might committing grammatical mistakes. I was so afraid. I let fear stop me from progressing. For 2 years, I keep it on my own. Only to realize, the heck, no bullshit. I'll just keep publishing if there's wrong. If there's something that I need to edit, then let me edit. Because in our story, women, we can always write, rewrite. Write your own story. Make your own history. As for the men, don't label strong-headed women like us as what? Bitch. We're laughing about it, but that's what happened, right? When you're strong, when you're strong-willed, when you're hard-headed, oh, that bitch. Right? It's a compliment. That's how we do it.
In my industry, I consider it a compliment.
It means you're able to steer emotion. You're able to steer something. And when you are able to steer something,
Especially when men say behind my back, I love it.
say it behind your back because there's something in them that was steered. So what we're saying is this. We as leaders, we need to steer not only the head. We need to steer the heart. And you can only steer the heart when you know how to break down a person. As a trainer, I always say to my clients, you want me to handle your team? Expect them to cry. TL. What's TL? Tough love. That's how we do it. Because women, we've been nurturing, but there are times that our nurturing nature is not helping us, right? So we need to have a bit of tough love. Break them down so that you can build them up. Now, another breakdowns that you might want to look into. Making history with her story, making an impact, leaving a mark. In order for you to do this, let me ask you this powerful question that I always reflect upon. What do you really care about? What do you really, really care about? Because once you've identified what you really care about, by all means, no bullshit can stop you from making it happen. I care about community development. I care about others building themselves. That's why even though my mentors, coaches, and all other people were telling me, even my parents were telling me, you could have just settled. You could have just stay at home. You could have just earned many zeros in your bank account. But why you're doing this? because I was able to identify what is it that I really care about. Care. As someone who studied in a Jesuit university, Ateneo de Naga University, way back in the Philippines, we value two things. M, magis. C, cura personalis. As we strive for magis, excellence, it is in us that we should always achieve for cura personalis, care for others. As you excel, you need to care for others. And this caring also starts with yourself. Women, we're very nurturing. And as we are very nurturing, we tend to forget to nurture ourselves. During Valentine's Day, did you say, I love myself? Did you tell yourself, I love myself? How about the rest? You waited for your boyfriend, for your husband, for your someone, a crush, to say, I love you, to finally confess, I love you? Sir, when did you tell yourself, I love myself? Or you wait for your wife to say, I love you? You know, all these words are powerful words in our story. When we want to make an impact, it starts with our thoughts, right? Because our thoughts are transformed into words. And our words becomes powerful actions. So start with your intention. What do you really care about? As we are seated here, have you identified what do you really care about? And once you're able to identify that, will that answer stand true for the next 10 years? When I was in my 20s, going through my quarter-life crisis, what do I really care about is to be able to work whenever, wherever, as long as I have my laptop, as long as I'm connected to internet. That's what I really care about. That's why I don't mind if I get this offer giving me this 6 figures salary in a monthly, but it's not what I care about. But because it's in a corner office, right? So it helped me identify that. But then I realized, now that I'm 34, that's no longer what I care about. So meaning, let your story evolve. Sometimes we're so fixated with the things that we wanted in the past without realizing that's no longer the new theme of your journey. That's no longer the anthem that you want to have in your life. Do you love to party? Raise your hand if you love to party. Okay. Now, think of your life as a party. When we party, when we prepare celebrations, we always have a theme, right? We always have a theme. So now, this 2023, what will be your theme? What will be your theme? If your life is a party, what will be your theme? How do you see it? Party harder, enjoy. For 2023, my theme is incredible. Everything will be incredible. Everything that I do, incredible. When I got heartbroken in 2016, with all the tears and whatnot, my parents said, can you just go home? Don't jump on your condo. Because I was sending them photos. But for me, it was just an expression. I don't have suicidal thoughts. It was just very peaceful for me from the 18th floor of my condominium to look at the cars passing slowly. But then my mom got worried and said, can you just go back to the Philippines first? Don't jump on that window. It will be costly to bring your corpse back. Then, I went back home feeling heartbroken and whatnot. But then I realized that breakdown taught me a lot of things. One is, where does the word courage comes from? Courage comes from the word French, a French word. But to translate it, it means heart. So have courage in your heart. That's why my theme for the last few months of 2016 was infinite love and abundance. Everything that I will do radiates infinite love and abundance. So again, think about your breakdowns. How can you turn it around with an anthem for your life? You don't have to have a breakdowns in order for you to have a breakthroughs, right? You can just think of an anthem. So think about this anthem because whatever is here can be manifested through words, and our words becomes our powerful action. Now, I know most of you are all, if not all of you are already leaders. Let me also ask you now, as leaders, how are you building your legacy? What kind of legacy are you living? How many people, how many women, young women, are you training now? How many young women are you seeking to be under your wings? And when they're ready to fly with their own wings, are you ready to let them go? I've seen several women leaders. What happened after taking some birds under their nest? They tried to help them grow their wings, but after having their own wings, the women also feel threatened. Right? Feel threatened, or sometimes will say, just stay here, just stay here. Don't overshadow me. The best way to leave a mark, the best way to write your story is if you're also able to empower others, to turn around their breakdowns into breakthroughs, to let them shine brighter than you. So again, no BS, no bullshits. Let's just talk about all these things that most of the time, hush, hush. Right? Hush, hush. Now, let's do this as an insightful experience. I want you to please stand up. Please stand up. And let's do this exercise. Why? Because part of our story is our emotion. Our emotion is energy in motion, right? Energy in motion. So what kind of energy are we radiating now? Can you feel it? Can you start just doing this around? Feel it? What kind of emotion are you radiating? Is there nervousness around? There's ease, there's happiness. Now, the most powerful emotion is what? The most powerful emotion is love. Everything that you will do, what you care about, it's all because of this, right? So now, I want you to put your palms. Feel your heart. Feel it. Feel it with sincerity. What does your heart is saying? What do you really care about? Why are you here? What will you care about for the next 10 years? Feel your heart. Now, as you feel your heart, I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. No one's watching. It's only you. It's only you and your heart. Feel it. What does your heartbeat says? How will you turn around your breakdowns into breakthroughs? And as you do that, think for the next 5, 10 years how you're making a change. Not only in your life, but also in the life of others. Feel your heart lovingly, gently. Feel it sincerely. Have that seed in your heart. Feel the love. Feel it. Now, as you feel the love in your heart for all the things that you want to do so that you can make an impact, just like a beautiful butterfly, I want you to start spreading your arms sidewards start spreading it sideways. Start moving as if it's your wings. Slowly, gently, lovingly. You know why? When we ask ourselves as you do that, come on, feel it. We've been talking, when in fact, what we need to create an impact is to set the energy in motion. Just like how butterfly effects, right? A simple flap of your wings, a simple word, a simple action can make a difference in the lives of others. So please, whatever was your intention, whatever you put in your arms, in your heart, have it expressed, have it fly with you. The moment that you fly, can you do that? Let's see, everyone, can you start moving around the room and spread whatever it is? Come on, let's do that. Start moving like a beautiful butterfly. Remember how the world becomes more beautiful when the butterfly starts to pollinate. So pollinate the love, pollinate the ideas that you have. It is your story. Come on, can I see everyone moving around? Move around, pollinate other tables, whatever it is, right? This is your story. Okay, start moving. Set the energy in motion. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. You know why I did that? We have so much inside of us. Yet, there are times that we keep it in ourselves, right? We're too shy. What is shy? I turn around shy. Self-help you. You need to help yourself first, right? Through what? Second level of shy. Skills, habit, and you. And now, as I was reflecting on different messages, as I was reflecting on the different speakers, on what they've said, we can turn around shyness with third level. The first level was self-help you. Many people, especially women, they start to to be in their cocoon. They won't grow their wings because of shyness. So, self-help you. Second level, skills, habit you. You have to constantly move, you have to constantly practice in order for you to acquire the skills, in order for the skills to become an habit, in order for it to become truly you. Beautiful, uniquely you. Now, the third level, which I think is very important for women leaders like us, is shy. S, service. Service to whom? Service for whom? H, humanity. And because we're in India, yog. Service, humanity, yog. Unity. Union, right? So let's use our beauty, our brains, our emotions, our vulnerabilities, our breakdowns to make an impact. And as we create this impact, never forget that you can make a difference through your emotion, through the positive vibes that you're giving off. So whatever it is, never forget. Service to humanity, be united with the rest, and hopefully nurture love. Nurture healing love. No BS, no bullshits. Let's not take that, turn around our breakdowns into breakthroughs. And always right. Right. Why? We always forgot, most of the time, just to quickly wrap this up, we are too afraid to share our vulnerabilities because people will judge us, because people will see, oh, I'm this, I'm that. But what I'm saying now is this. Your vulnerabilities, your breakdowns might be the only source of inspiration and motivation for others because you're relatable. We are all women leaders now. But when was the last time you shared your story? before you are the leader that you are now, you were once a caterpillar. So hopefully, don't just show the world the beautiful butterfly that you are, but show them from caterpillar how you grow your wings and how you make the world more beautiful. So maraming salamat. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you'll keep spreading your wings. Don't climb, fly. Thank you.